Both of us. This is the kid. He's already gained a pound in the 2 weeks since we've had him. And he is living up to his nicknames of Rumpus Child and Chaos Bunny. Oh, come here, Kit. This is going to be about 25 pounds when he grows up. But right now, he's just big enough to cause trouble. As we said on his video this morning, cuteness 1, intelligence 0. Would you like to go back to sleep? Go ahead. So, there we go. Hi there. For those of you who are wondering what's going on, this is the official, if you will, no bullshit psychic channel. And occasionally I'm going to come on and talk about what I'm thinking, maybe sometimes take some reading questions, but don't just start, everybody gets a reading question. I see I've got one pair of eyes. I don't know who you are, but it would be nice to know who. So one of the reasons I wanted to come on today is because, we've been doing the No Bullshit Psychic Instagram for a few weeks now, and we're getting a feeling for what people like and what they don't. I think people are still finding Twisted Tarot fun. I know I get a lot of traffic, if you will, on the Past Life Why. People like that. Who Dis is interesting to them. The No Bullshit clients reels, it's interesting. Some of you absolutely love it. Most of you are professionals who have to deal with this themselves. And some of you think, oh, well, that's not, you're not being nice to clients. I'm not naming names. But the more I can train you on how to be a good client so that you get the answers you want, I feel like I'm doing us all a service. The thing that doesn't seem to be clicking with people are the outre oracles. And oracles, they're more wishy-washy than tarot. So they're a little bit harder to make funny. So we're probably going to drop those. And I may start doing what I'll call Talkin' Thursdays, which is where I come on like this. Sometimes there'll be people watching. Sometimes there won't. But I'll just tell you stuff that I'm thinking, what's going on, all of that. So simple stuff right now. The next event I'm going to be doing outside is the Day of the Dead event. It's here in the Albany area. It's at a place called The Hedges, which is at a golf course along Western Avenue. And that's going to be on Saturday, November 2nd. There will be announcements on the Instagram page. I'll make sure that I put it on YouTube. This is where you can actually see me in person for a reading. I don't do that too often anymore. So if you're in the area and you're jonesing for that, meet me there at The Hedges at I think it's the Western Turnpike Golf Course. The other thing that, I'm thinking of doing, and I've discussed this with my nestlings, that's what I call my kids on Patreon, is I think we're going to open up Patreon on Sunday, October 29th at 1 p.m. So everybody can see what a class is like. Everybody there can do readings and often does. That's one of the nice things about it is we trade readings. I'll probably be doing past life work as well. So normally that's only for people who have joined Patreon. They subscribed, if you will, to the monthly dues. But we're going to open it up so that you can get a feel for why Patreon can be really, really valuable for you. So mark your calendars. It will be Sunday. Is it the 29th? Let me check. No, it's the 27th. I lied. October 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern. It will be a Zoom so that everybody can see us. And, it'll be a couple of hours. We'll see what we want to do. You can ask questions of me. You can even ask questions of my students to find out, is the class worth it? Very cool. Very cool. So what else? Well, we're now less than a month away from the election. And it's getting really, really interesting. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but I have been a victim of political vigilantism myself. Somebody blocked my car in the local grocery store, took a picture of my license, started screaming at me because of my Harris Walls sticker on the car. Ended up with damage to my car and the car next to me, and the police had to be called. As a result of what happened is my Corbie license plate, which I adored and I had for over 20 years, had to go away because once they take a picture of it, you can be doxxed. So why am I telling you this? Why am I talking politics on this? It's because we can't do this any longer. We can't. Whoever wins next month, and I firmly believe it is going to be Harrison Walls, we have got to find a way to bridge that gap. Now, there are going to be some people you can never reach, but I'm going to have to assume that as we turn the page on the last 9 years, 16 to 2025, there will be a way to claw our way back to some kind of civility. Do I think that we can do it all in 4 years? We didn't do it with Biden, and he certainly wanted to try. But it's going to take maybe 20 years, maybe 30. I won't be around for all of it. But what I'm telling you all here now is, please, I don't care if you're American or other being Canadian or European or whatever, if we don't find a way to talk to each other instead of at each other, it's going to be really, really difficult for mankind to last another 100 years. So that's where I am. I used to be told by some other intuitives, you must always be love and light and positive and all of that. Don't let anybody see anything negative. And to me, that says, I want to sell you a bag of candy. It tastes wonderful, but it doesn't nourish you. You get to know what I think, how I think, where I'm going. You can ask questions about it. I'm very surprised I'm getting no comments here whatsoever. But I want to talk to people about important things. Okay? That's one of the reasons why I do these talks. They're not all love and light. As far as the hurricanes go, yeah, I think there's going to be one more that hits Florida this year. I just do. I don't think it's going to be as bad as Helene or Milton. But it really is time, I think, for them to start thinking about maybe Florida isn't the very best place to be. This is climate change, guys. This is what is going on. Places that used to be safe are not. Probably the insurance companies will stop insuring people completely in Florida. So find some place that gives you the same good feelings, but maybe is a little bit safer from climate change. Admittedly, nothing is safe from climate change per se. I mean, look what happened to the Appalachians. But Florida is a bullseye. So just telling you. Hi, Leslie. Good to see you. What else do I have to tell you lately? Other than my hair is going absolutely brown, and that's not me. I really need to see my hair person, but I think I see her next Wednesday, so that's good. I would really like to know what you would like to see on the Instagram page. I'd like to know what you'd like to see more of. I mean, there are some places that I've explored looking at. There's Holistic Entrepreneurs, which looks like a great place. There is something for healers that I'm looking at for a new listing. You're going to have me around literally, guys, until I'm 2 weeks dead. As long as my brain works and I can talk and the hands work for the cards, I intend to be doing this work. But just as things have changed in the world since I started reading publicly in the early 1990s and changed since I went full-time in 2001 or 2, what people need changes. So tell me what you want me to work on with you, look at what you'd like to see more of on Instagram. I know you guys love the reels. I'm getting used to talking like this without makeup or anything fancy. Um, I see this and I think, oh my God, I look so old. But everyone tells me I don't look 70, so I'm going to trust what they say. Anyway, no matter what I look like, that doesn't change what comes out of the mouth. That doesn't change the brain. That doesn't change the intuition. And I'm going to have to deal with that. Okay, so Leslie says past life, healing communities, ways for healers to help more people and animals. That's really good. You might want to look at Holistic Entrepreneurs, see what's there. I might start doing specific past life events. It's probably going to be, pay $5 or whatever to get in. The reason I want to do that is so that the people who just want free readings and they don't want to put in anything themselves don't come there. Because those of you who stick with me, those of you who value truly what I am and what I teach, you're the ones that I want to work with. I really do. As far as the way for healers to help more people and animals, one of the things I would suggest, Leslie, is you want to go look up Catherine Knock. Catherine is the animal communicator. Let me see if I can get it correctly in. Take a look at what I just wrote, catherineknott.com. Whenever she and I are talking, all my cats go scrambling behind me on the Mupervisor shelf when the cloth is up because they know it's Auntie Kay and they really want to see Auntie Kay and tell her how they're doing. It's hilarious. It's like, your favorite aunt, Auntie Maine, comes in. So if you want to work more with animals, she's going to give you some really, really great ways to do that. Healing communities. Believe it or not, one of the things I'm going to suggest is check and see if there are Unitarian churches around you. The reason I say this is because one local here is going to try the hard stuff. And by that, I mean they are trying to put together discussion groups where people can come to try to bridge the political divide. You don't have to say whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. They just say, just come. See if you can leave the emotions, if not out, at least under your seat. Because they believe, as I believe, unless we can find a way to talk to each other, do we really want to end up like Israel and Gaza and Lebanon and Hamas and Hezbollah? I mean, I don't think that God coming down themselves, because God is everything, and, saying, sit down, shut up, we're going to talk here. It may take that much for the Middle East to calm down. Let's not let it get to that place here. Okay? It's hard. It really is hard. I know it. It's hard for me. But the more we can talk to each other, the more we can seek out learning what we want to do, positive stuff, helping people. It's so huge. We've got to do that. We absolutely have to do that. So let me see. It's been about 15 minutes. Okay. One last thing before I go, if nobody has any questions. There's a new numerology section on CorbieMitleid.com. You go to book a reading and you scroll all the way down and you'll see we still do the personals, we still do the romance charts, but there's also talent charts, diamond spirit guide readings, a couple of new things that Dacos has come out with that you can order directly from us. Now, the one thing I will tell you is when you order, you'll notice there's no place for me to get your information, the name and the birth date, what I need. So you'll probably get an immediate email from me saying, this is what I need, get me that. And as soon as I have it, I'll do the charts and they will be out to you within, 24 hours. So let me see. Leslie says so many challenges and divisions that need to shift. We got a model for the kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking 18 and under. Because, someone who is graduating high school this year in 2024, that means that they were born around 2006. They don't ever remember a time when there weren't school shootings. They don't ever remember a time before 9/11. They don't remember a time when people of differing political parties got along. All they see is crazy. And if we want them not to grow up to continue the crazy, we absolutely need to work on how we talk to them, how we empower them. And that doesn't mean be a helicopter parent or aunt or whatever. It means help them see the world. That's how even those of us who are childless cat ladies, thank you, JD Vance, can make a difference in the world. So, hi, Tamika. So if nobody has any particular questions, 15 minutes is about everybody's attention span. So I'll close this out for now. Please be sure to keep checking on this the No Bullshit Psychic page on Instagram. Go and like the Corbie Mitleid Psychic at Fire Through Spirit page on Facebook. That way, when I announce these past life reading events or the free Patreon event that we're doing on October 27th, you won't miss it. Okay? Good to spend a little